Welcome back. Y'all know we still in it. What we're doing today, we're using Bloom with the golden palette, and I have 4 shades in golden that are from the mini star palette, and you can tell which ones because they're too small for the pans. This one, this, and this are from the mini star palette, and they're also in the full-size star palette. So this is what we're working with today. I don't have a plan. I know I want to do something dark, but I'm looking at all these like pinky flowery shades against this one, and I don't know, but y'all know we're gonna make it work. Let me know, y'all. I have my oscillator fan on over here. I'm gonna turn it off. Okay, that's off. This is on the lowest setting. Let me know if that's irritating to you. Let me know if it's really loud to you. When I use this one, the sound of it irritates me because it sounds like a high-pitched whirring noise, like in my ear, like, and so I finally remembered to plug that in. So we're going to, I feel like I am in a different position. This is the City Beauty Sangria Plumping Lip Oil. Y'all, I'm going out to dinner. Full face is done. We have Sick Tap Bro. No, we don't. We have Skip the Waitlist on Inner Rims from MAC and NYX. We have this on the outer, the lower, the second half of lower lash line. We have this one, which is Aqua Green, and this one, and these are from NYX, and this one is, it looks gold, but it's called Amber Stunner. I always almost forget to say what's on there, and I'm rushing. That's why I'm just like, and I didn't even pull brushes out. Like, and I looked at this before I did my base face. I sprayed like, I don't know how many of the Scandinavia. Y'all, it's like 80 something degrees here, like 85 degrees. I last checked here in Delaware, and we have been under an extreme heat warning for about a week now, and they're carrying it over for like at least another week. Yesterday it was almost in the 90s, and so we're going to see. I have sweat a lot before with the Scandinavia spray on, and when I checked my face later, it didn't look any different than when I applied it. And so I'm hoping that happens today. If I sweat going from like the building to the car and then the car to the venue, but we're going to see. So I'm sure I oversprayed it because I never sprayed this much before. I'm curious about the Mayron spray. It is for oil control. What is it called? Oh shoot, I forget what it's called. It's not the skin prep. It's called something else. And people are saying, it says, well, it's intended for if you have oily skin. So you put it on with a cotton pad or a cotton round, and then you do your makeup. So it's like a oil barrier / primer thing. And reading the reviews, people love it. Someone commented, if you have dry or sensitive skin, don't use it, but it is marketed for if you have oily skin. So I was like, okay, did you not read what is said and who it's for? One person said they still sweat a lot, but their makeup stayed on a whole lot better than before they started using it. And so I was going to try that today. I don't have any. They're still having a 20% off sale. Today is June 22nd. It's the Sunday. And so I did want to try that for times when I'm down at the Playhouse, because if I'm working down there, y'all get hot and sweaty. This is groundwork from MAC. And also for my kit, I do have their finishing spray oil control, and so I do use that on clients when they have, because I asked if they have dry skin, sensitive skin, you know, whatever, and if they say they have oily skin, I'll use the Scandinavia finishing spray oil control formula. And so they also have a skin prep. I do have the skin prep, and it's hyaluronic acid and some other stuff. So it's supposed to just add moisture to your skin. And if you're using the other thing for oil control, they say use the skin barrier, not the skin barrier. Use the skin prep, the hydrating one first, and then put the other stuff on top of that. I don't know what to do, y'all, because looking at these two, a lot of pinks, rosy, bloomy shades, and here we have golds and browns. And that green, this is really pretty. That typical shift that we all love. That reminds me of Gren from Circle Loco, but I think Gren is brighter. And so we're going to start with Bloom because that's where our lid shades want to come from, because then I'll go into here for darker shades. I don't know what we're doing. And I'm looking at them like, I don't know. And then I'm like, why am I still doing this? So we're going to take, what I want to do, I'm sure I did before. And so I want to not keep doing the same thing. Let's start with, this is a bright shade, but Bloom shades aren't this bright. We're going to start with, see, that's the thing. We're going to start with this shade, which is Lush. Oro is really bright. That's the one I put over top of this on my lips, and people were like, oh, I love that lip. What is that? And I'm like, it's an eyeshadow over lip oil. So this is Lush, and it does show up nice. I was thinking today, I shifted this look pairing these two palettes in my calendar twice because stuff was just kind of hectic. And when I looked at these two today to do this look, I was like, am I ready to be done with this palette? Oh, but we have at least a handful of looks left to do because we're going to do pairings. No, actually, we only have a couple more to pair. And then we're going to pair other palettes, so that'll be fun. So this is Lush. That was this shade right here. I'm looking at the clock. I got 30 minutes. We're going to put that brush down. We're going to take this brush. These are both Esom V27s, and see, if I take Oro, that's going to be really bright next to that. And I'm thinking this one, but then there's to have like a brown between like the rosy tones. I'm just like, and this is where I get stuck. We're going to take Alchemist. We're going to take this shade. Trying to match up stuff with Bloom is just, it's challenging, but I welcome the challenge. I almost did make another order from Mayron while they're still having 20% off, but I didn't have enough for free shipping, and y'all know I hate paying for shipping. And so I looked to see how much would I need to spend for free shipping. It was $66, and my order was only like 30 something. So I'm just like, The spray I'm talking about only comes in a 4-ounce bottle, and I think it's $15.99. So that would put me at almost $50. I was looking at their tote bags. It's a spooky themed tote bag, and I like it, but I don't like it because I'm not only going to use it during spooky season, and so it'll be, the middle of summer, and I'm walking around with this tote bag that has like ghouls and goblins on it. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, But I am content with my MAC bag though, because that's something I can take anywhere, and it says "Thanks, it's MAC" on the front of the bag, and so I do like that because I won't feel like, why am I carrying this Halloween bag and it ain't Halloween? You know what I mean? So I do wish that they had another one, but at the same time, it's Mayron, and people who know it are going to be like, yeah, we like that bag. So, but I don't know. As if I need another bag. Y'all like, girl, you already got 2 kits, you got that bag, and then you got to carry your brush case, and then you got to carry your chair and your 2 ring lights. I hear you, I know. We're going to go back to Bloom. I do feel myself sweating. Like right here, I'm sweating. Oh boy. I think my brows look decent today, and then I'll watch it back and be like, no girl. So, okay, so what do we got? We got going on here. I feel like we use Ember a lot. And I feel like I use all of these a lot because I've been using this like almost every time I have done a look. Well, after we did each palette separately, and then we started using this one and then pairing it. We're going to take Rue, this shade here. This one, y'all. So hopefully my face won't melt. I meant to take out chicken yesterday to thaw out for today, and I didn't. But now I have a dinner invite, so. Yo, this. Trying to match up shades that'll go with Bloom. Because I do, you know, my golden palette with the star shades does have some darker shades in there, but I didn't want to just do, you know, all golden shades or just like one shade from Bloom. You know what I mean? Just in case somebody has these palettes and they like, oh, I like that. Because some people are good about, oh, I'll just, you know, match it up. And other people are like, I want that palette. And I think it may or may not be people like myself who are not good with what colors are. So if I have the palette and you're like, we're taking Rue, I'm like, okay, they took Rue. I'm going to put Rue on. You know what I mean? So are we ready for the outer corner? We're going to use the Hourglass number 3 for outer corner. And we're going to take, so we have Bloom, Golden, and Bloom. Okay, so I'm thinking Varus, but I'm thinking that's going to be a light shade too, but not as light as what's already on the lid. So we're going to, okay, this has a little bit of depth. Yo, I cried yesterday. I was watching the news about the the strike over in Iran. Well, the strikes over in Iran, and my heart ached. I was just like, and I sat there and I cried. It was an MSNBC video, and it was Rachel Maddow. And when I go like this, it looks like there's a blank space, but then it's not. I didn't even have the words. And so as I'm crying, you know, I was thanking the Lord that he knows my heart and he knows my tears and he knows what they're saying. Because I just had no words. I couldn't even like articulate how I was feeling. But we ain't had no business over there. When I was in National Guard is when Desert Storm was happening, and my entire unit were holdovers because the entire unit before us were holdovers because they all had orders to go over there. And so they all had orders, they were held over. And so that held us over. And I said to myself, the war is not over. And like even years later, we still had troops over there. So I'm just like, okay, why are we there? Why are we there? But anyway, that was back then. That was in 91. We're gonna go back into Bloom. I do think this looks nice, and I like the gold, the pinkish. What do we have? The gold, the pinkish, and then whatever color that was, and then the brown. I do like that. So it's not just strictly monochromatic, even though it all just flows together. So down here I can see it. I can see that pinkish, the gold, no, the light pink, the golden shade, and then the pink, and then this. And so I do like, I like that. We're going to take, do we want to take Robin or King? We're going to take King. That fan to me sounds loud, but it doesn't sound like like this little one sitting here does. Hopefully in the video it doesn't sound too loud, because if it does and it's annoying, I will not have it on during videos and just use this little one like when I really just can't stand the heat. So I'm hoping it sounds okay. So just let me know. And I do think you can hear it because it is like kind of loud. I brought this down far, so we're gonna take that brush that had Varus on it again and put some more like right here. We're gonna put that brush down, the brush that had Varus. Inside of my elbows are sweating from having my arm bent like that. My thermostat is on 74, but y'all, it has just been so hot outside. And I'm on the top floor. There is space between my ceiling, and because there's like a crawl space. I don't know what they call that area up there. And so like the top of my ceiling is not like being like when you own a home, your top floor, that's the outside right across the other side of the wall. Or if you have an attic, and I call it an attic, but it's not an attic. The other side of that is outside. But it's been hot. So we're going to take, ooh, that'll be nice. We're going to take, I want to use Oro because it's bright, but we're not. So we do have equal numbers of looks from each palette. So we're going to take, what is that? Aurum, excuse me, for our brow bone highlight. And I need to take my time changing my shirt so I don't like mess my makeup up. This shirt I'm wearing though does have a low enough collar, so this is fine. But putting on the other shirt, it should be okay. Because since I don't have much hair, I can just like rub the shirt along my head to get it over my face. So how most people, when they put a shirt on, like face first, if I have makeup on, I put my head down and put the shirt on this way. Because like my hair is not going to get messed up. So, and I'm going to lotion up. Woo. Because tan skin still gets ashy. So this is what we're looking like. Oh, I like this shade. All right, we're going to do our lower lash line. I think I did all right for not having brushes out. We're taking out two. Let me open up this one again. So, oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to take Crisp for the first half of lower lash line over that gold shade that's not called gold. Amber Stunner. I did go ahead and swatch my newest Sephora lippies because I thought, okay, a swatch party with just that is only 3. Unless I do a Sephora lippy swatch party. But now I only have 9, so that would be pretty quick. And y'all might be like, yes, girl, do a short live. The last one I did with Janessa for Juneteenth and Pride Month, y'all, I don't know where the time went. I was just like, damn, this thing is like 2 hours. Time go by so fast. There's 20 of. Ooh. Look like foundation came off. This pink, you see, that's my skin. The hell? Wow, and that's from dabbing with this brush. I don't know if you would have noticed it if I didn't say so. Like right here, there's no foundation. I don't know why I'm making such a big deal trying to show you. This right here, right there. And I'm sure you can see it now. You see that? Wow. All right, we're gonna close this palette. So we're done with Bloom. So we're gonna use one more shade from Star, and we still will have an equal number. We're gonna take this shade. This is from the Star palette. I don't know what it is called, or should I do this one? We're gonna do this one. Because this is like a greenish brown. So I kind of want to do that. We're gonna do that. This one right here. This one. We're gonna do that. I do not like this sweat, y'all. Especially when I'm inside. I'm just like, this is just ridiculous. If this doesn't show up the way I want it to, then we will take that darker shade. And it's really kind of not. I was hoping that this green would bring out the green in this shadow. But it's kind of just blending in with the other shade. But I still can kind of see the green underneath it though. We're just gonna bring this out here. Part of me doesn't want to do that water liner, because if I sweat, like if my eyelids start to sweat, which usually isn't a thing, but I'm like, it'll make that just run. I'm going to take the brush that had, I think it was Keen. Because it's looking like blank space, even though it's not. It's just the color of it. Ugh. We're going to leave that like that. I can still see the green underneath it. Are we going to do eyeliner? What I could do, you know what I'm going to do? Because I know it's not going to move. We're going to do MAC Paint Pot in... I could take... We're going to take Fortune. I haven't used this rubber lash line in a long time. We're going to take Fortune. What brush do I want to use with that? I'm going to use a lethal brush. This brush. And hope to get a thin line. So that it doesn't transfer. I do just want some more color in this look. And I know this isn't going to move. I don't remember last time I used this. And there's been times when I thought to throw it away. Because I have not been using it at all since I purchased the Aqua, no, it's called Waterliner from Lethal, that palette, the bundle. And I had a 9-pan Lethal palette, so I put them in there. Yeah, now watch the other side be thick and looking crazy. So for this, I need to really just go lightly and try to use as much as possible just the tip of the brush, even though I'm going sideways. Because that's the only way I can get a thin line. And it's the same with the Esom brushes because they're shaped similar to this. This is the Esom. So they're shaped almost the same. And I didn't use the MAC 210. I love it for the paint pots for upper lash line and the fluid line because it is really thin, but the bristles are frayed. But when I swipe it in the paint pot or the fluid line, it does bring the bristles together. But for this, it doesn't bring the bristles together. And so if the bristles are frayed, the liner is not going to give me a straight line. And so we chose this brush. I am really content with my eyeliner today. There looks like some gaps right here where the brush skipped over my hair follicles. My lash line follicles. I need to text that person and tell them just let me know when they're here. Well, actually, they always text when they're here. They're like, I'm here. And I'll be like, okay, come up. But I don't want them coming up here just to turn around and go right back down. Do we want to do wings? This side is looking different, but you know what? I need to just leave it. Do a little wing. I had a thought to use that tool, but then I went ahead and started my little wing. I'm only going to do a little one today. Yeah, that's all we're going to do. What lip am I going to do? Do I want to use one of the new ones? Why does this look? Oh, you know why? Because this fills in some of the space between my wrinkle where this one kind of doesn't. So let me bring that up just a little bit higher. Okay. So we are done with this look. And I know the lippy isn't going to go anywhere. All right. Oh, I do have a, ooh, this is one of the new ones. Funky Peacock, number 142, Matte Deep Teal. Do I dare? Yeah, I dare. The other one, this would go better, I think. Let's do this one. Let's be sensible. This one is number 25, Coral Sunset, and it's described as a matte orange brown. And I did swatch this against what I thought it looked similar to that I already have from the Sephora Cream Collection. And they do look different. If I put one on one side, one on the other, like how different would it be? I don't know. So part of me is like, do I want to do an ombre just to see? What was that shade, that color? I think it might have been Red Desert. Yeah, let's do an ombre. We're going to do Red Desert first. I know I got quiet. These smell nice. This is where, if I use music in my videos, I would have music. But I don't. Music and videos annoys me. Just like how this little fan, the sound annoys me. Because sometimes I have trouble hearing the person. And sometimes the music will go loud. And sometimes it'll go low. And so it just kind of messes up like me just hearing the video. So that's Red Desert. This one is Coral Sunset. Hopefully it will be noticeably different. It does look coral, but it's a very subtle ombre effect. I can see the difference. Like this, my bottom line looks jagged. Oh, and I got like this, it kind of doesn't, does it? Y'all know my lips ain't straight. Alright, so we're gonna take Red Desert. That's a little bit better. Okay, I'm doing too much. All right, let's just stop. Let's just stop. I'm going to put more of Coral Sunset. I'm bringing this up on my lip line up here and here in the center. So let me put, yeah, you can see where it is and where it's not. The Red Desert. I can see the line here and in the corners. Okay, it's a keeper. And then like next week I'll be like, nah, I don't want it. All right, y'all. We're gonna go. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna do the pictures now because I'll probably forget. So let's get to it. Hold up the two palettes. Thank you for bearing with me. If you do stay while I'm taking pictures. Because I'm gonna go rush and change my clothes. And they're very punctual. They're actually always a little bit early. So I'm just like, I got 10 minutes to change and put on lotion. So this is for the gallery. Hopefully my one big eye wasn't looking bigger. So we're going to go, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know what you think of this pairing. Like, does it look like, even though let me get my thoughts together. Even pairing the golden palette, it does bring a new life to the palette. Like, I could not just do this look with just this palette, you know what I mean? But then I do think I could do a look like this with just with bronze by itself, and or both of the Esom palettes on their own. So even though I do love the look, I love the little baby wing, I love the liner, I love the lip, I love the ombre. I'm glad they are different. Are they that different? But I do like how that looks though. For someone detail oriented, they will notice that it is two different lipsticks. So yeah, I could, excuse me for smacking, I could do this look with other stuff, but I do really like it though. Y'all, I have no foundation right here. Like none whatsoever right here. We're gonna go. Thank you so much for being here. Stuff is popping up over here for you to watch. Let me know about the fan. Let me know about the look, the eye look. Let me know about the lip. And if you can tell they're different colors. And you will see me next time. Thanks.